Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, I've only just seen the headline and this is what has inspired me to do this story. I often try and get into the story with you guys so I can react to it on the spot, and at the moment, so it is just the headline that is inspiring this video at the moment. Guys, I bring you this: Nigeria will witness a turnaround if an Igbo man emerges president in 2023, or Haneze Ndigbo president Neya Nwodo. So Neya Nwodo has come out to plead his case for his own people, not his personal case, but the case of his own people. And I am saying that I'm going off the back of the headline to get into the story, but just off the back of that headline, it reads like a begging letter to me. Again, the headline: Nigeria will witness a turnaround if the president of Ohaneze Ndigbo, the apex Igbo social-cultural group, Neya Nwodo, says Nigeria will witness a turnaround in fortune if an Igbo man emerges president of the country in 2023. Nwodo said this in a congratulatory message he sent to Nigerian-born Kelechi Madu, the newly appointed Minister of Justice and Solicitor General in Alberta, Canada. In the congratulatory message signed by Emeka Atama, his media advisor, Nwodo said Madu's achievement in Canada shows that if an Igbo man is elected as president in 2023, Nigeria will be transformed. He appealed to the federal government to stop marginalizing and victimizing the Igbos in the country so that their latent creative potentials could be harnessed for the good of all Nigerians. So here is now his statement in full. Ohaneze Ndigbo is highly honored by the exploits of KC Madu in faraway Canada as an Igbo son. Mr. Madu had contested and won a seat into the Legislative Assembly of Alberta, representing the electoral district of Edmonton Southwest, from where he was appointed and sworn in as a Minister of Justice and Solicitor General by the Premier of Alberta, John Kennedy, on April the 30th, 2020. On behalf of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, I commend the sterling qualities of Mr. K.C. Madu, as well as other Igbo sons and daughters who have excelled so much outside the country, such as the recent appointment first black Vice-Chancellor of Leeds Trinity University in the UK, Professor Charles Egbu, and many others. The exploits of Igbo sons and daughters both within and outside the country are indices of the cerebral capacity and ingenuity of the people which Nigeria could exploit to advance its development. The federal government should stop marginalizing and victimizing the Igbos in the country so that the latent creative potentials could be harnessed for the good of all. Nigeria will witness a turnaround in her fortunes if a president of Igbo extraction was allowed to emerge in 2023, he said. So that is now the narration. Of course, is congratulating some chap that has done well for himself in Canada, an Igbo man. But then, of course, we can all do these stories because I mean, if you go to Yoruba land, I think we've even stopped celebrating because there's just too many of them that are doing well. But then, of course, it's not tit for tat. This guy is a Nigerian true and true, whether he's a Canadian now or not, and I celebrate him equally. But this is not really sufficient enough for this thing, and it does read like a begging letter, because that was what I was trying to identify by doing this piece. It does read like a begging letter asking them to stop victimizing you and marginalizing you. So if you are being victimized and you are being marginalized, then you are acknowledging that somebody else has the whip hand over you. So this is contrary, by the way, to the stance of Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu would never accept that anybody has the whip hand over him. But this is a concession now that these people have a whip hand over you, and you are begging their grace to allow you to have a turn in governance. So if they have the whip hand over you and you are begging their grace, and by having that whip hand, of course, is for fact that they control the Nigerian state, and you are begging their grace to let you have control of the Nigerian space, then that of course would then give you the whip hand over them. So why would somebody that has the whip hand over you cede to you that whip hand only because you are doing beggy? So it is not a matter of beggy, it's a matter of strategizing and finding a way to propel yourself into that space, irrespective of what anybody tries to do to stop you. Because an Igbo man becoming the president of Nigeria is not an easy thing. It's not a matter of it is our turn. Forget turn by turn. What was it that Issa Fantua said, that it is not turn by turn Nigeria Limited? He's a Fulani guy, but there's truth in that as well. These Fulani people are not going to hand you power simply because you feel it is now your turn, because they want to continue to control that power, which then gives them access to the Niger Delta oil wealth, which then gives them all of the power base that they need. So why would they cede that to you is the question. So it is our turn, it is our turn. Look at one guy, he's done well in Canada, his roof, and there's some guy that is been doing well in some university. So these are just story for children, really. I have to say that I'm a huge fan of Neya Nwodo. Is a gentleman. I like the way he presents himself, and there's a lot of sense in everything that he has to say. There is sense in this as well, but this beggy thing that is coming out, because it's coming out to me as beggy, but if it's not coming out to you as beggy, then come tell me in the comment section, because this looks like a begging letter to me, and I'm going to actually title it a begging letter. But if you disagree, then come join me in the comment section. Of course, the central focus of his piece was to celebrate an achievement by an intelligent Igbo man in Canada, who now has control effectively of the legal structures of Alberta, Edmonton region in Alberta, in Canada. So that in itself is an inspiring achievement, and it is one that should be applauded, and I am clapping my hands here in celebration of the man. But that is not sufficient enough of a reason for all this beggy, and I don't think Malam Buhari is missing any scoop of his Akamu reading this thing. That is, if he's still able to read or is having this read to him. But I don't think coming across this information jars any thoughts in the mind of Malam Buhari or his band of merry men. They will just dismiss it out of hand as just that white noise that comes from the east. So you have to propel yourself into that spot, is really the understanding of the Nigerian dynamic. You have to propel yourself into that spot. Look at how they forced Goodluck Jonathan out. You think Goodluck Jonathan left willingly? He left that place screaming and shouting. He did everything within his power to hold on to that seat, except of course rig himself in, and he did not rig himself in not for any honesty or altruistic reasons, because he made the calculations and he saw the danger that portended. So this is the sort of politics that they play in Nigeria. Do you think Tinubu will be sitting in his house and reading this and thinking, yes, it is the turn of Igbos now, let me just put this ambition that I've had since 1999 to one side, because Neya Nwodo is saying it is a turn, and one of our sons is doing well in Canada? It doesn't work like that, and you know it does not work like that. Conversations in the comment section. It reads like a beggy letter to me. Come tell me how it reads to you. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done the clickings, beggy letter or not is the question. Come give me your answers in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.